You're watching Minute Maths. This video will go through some GCSE exam-style questions relating to substitution in algebra. If you need to revise this topic, click the link above or see the description below. Subscribe and hit the notification bell for weekly videos. This first question asks us to evaluate the expression 4x plus 2, using different values for x. For part 1, we need to replace the variable x with 2 in the expression. We can then calculate the multiplication part of the question first. This leaves us with 8 plus 2. Therefore, the expression evaluates to 10. We do the same process for each of the other values, replacing x with the value in the question. Then, performing the multiplication followed by the addition. For this question, we are given an equation. H equals 6k plus 4j. The first part of the question asks us to find the value of h when k is 2 and j is minus 5. We need to rewrite the equation with 2 in place of k, and minus 5 in place of j. We can then perform the multiplications, leaving us with 12 plus minus 20. If you need a refresher on the sign rules, check out the video linked above. Once we have performed the addition, we know that h is equal to minus 8. The second part of the question requires us to find the value of j. We are given values for k, as well as h. Firstly, rewrite the equation with the values substituted. We can perform the multiplication to simplify the equation. We now need to rearrange the equation in order to get the unknown variable j on its own. Firstly, we can take 4.2 away from both sides of the equation. This tells us that 20.8 is equal to 4 lots of j. To find out what 1j is equal to, we can divide 20.8 by 4, giving us an answer of 5.2. This is an example of a wordier question, with the formula provided representing the cost to hire a van. The formula tells us that it costs £60 per day plus a standard fee of £32 added to the total. The first part of the question asks us to calculate the cost of hiring the van for 4 days. So we can rewrite the formula with the number 4 replacing the letter D, for days. We can then calculate what C equals, hence finding the cost. The second part of the question provides us with a value for C, £452. We can substitute this into the formula. We need to find out what D equals, and therefore, get D on its own on one side of the equation. We can firstly take away 32 from both sides. Then we can divide both sides by 60 to find out how many days we can rent the van for. This final example is similar to the first question, except this expression is a little more complex as there are 2 instances of the variable y. For the first part of the question, replace the y variables with the number 3. We can then simplify the expression until we are left with the answer. We can repeat this process for the other 3 parts of the question. Notice here that the answer is a recurring decimal. It is also acceptable to leave your answer in fraction form unless the question specifies otherwise. Thanks for watching, and remember to always show your working out on the exam paper to gain full marks. Good luck!